Hi guys, this is Suellen at Abby Home Loans. How are you today? It's Monday, and I was just thinking about last week when my husband and I were up at, we were in Reno, and we went up to see our grandson. We stayed at a hotel where the big Reno gun show was taking place. That was no coincidence, by the way. My husband planned it that way. But, he can walk around those exhibits for hours and hours. And one of the things that struck me was the difference between exhibitors and vendors. One you'd walk by and they would just be order takers, and they would just, they had wares there to sell. And another one would have the exact same item and be able to tell you kind of the story behind it and what the differences were and the nuances and stuff. And of course, it was much more enjoyable and entertaining to talk to the guy who was the knowledgeable one with the stories. But knowledge was the key here, because I found it interesting when they were explaining various aspects of all their wares. But it made me think about home loans and how home loans are much the same way, in that if someone is just actually an application taker, how often the borrower suffers either by not getting their loan, not getting pre-qualified high enough, not getting all that they deserve to have gotten, because the order taker, the application taker, really didn't understand the nuances and have the history behind the programs that they were using. I know that, for instance, right now I have 3 files on my desk that all came from someone else where people had gotten turned down and weren't going to be able to get their loan. That's a lot. That's happens frequently. What is interesting is how frequent I think it happens that people are not getting a second chance. One of the reasons is we have to have the story. We have to understand what the file is about when it goes into an underwriter. You don't want to just send in the application and fill in the blanks, because when I take an application, I never hand an application to someone to fill out for me, because as I'm taking it and I'm getting questions, I want to know the answers to the questions. I want to understand what's going on. I want to understand where you work, how long you've been there. Do you have good history? Have you got good potential for earnings? I want to know, where did you live? Why did you live there? How long have you lived there? Are you newly married? Were you married before? Is any of the things that are happening now to you unique? Did something happen in the past that was unique, had a reason for it happening? But I'm not an application taker. I'm not an order taker. The reason I want to know is because a 30-year fixed is not just a 30-year fixed. They're unique, and you need to be able to, the loan, you want a 30-year fixed loan, but different lenders have different tolerances for various items. So, different investors have different tolerances, and you want to make sure that the story, the investor that will accept that story, and the interest rates are all in alignment so that you're getting the best possible loan. And if you have had a problem, if you've been turned down, or if you are worried, you have something on your mind and you're worried and think, oh, maybe they won't like me, it doesn't hurt to ask. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's see if we can put something together for you. And if not, let's see if we can work through the issues to get you into a house next year. My number is 805-481-5575, or email me at abby@abbyhomeloans.com. Abby is ABBEY, abby@abbyhomeloans.com. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.